Okay, and this part of this video, this part is gonna be part 4 of this video. I'm gonna be removing the engine. I'm in the driver's side right now. That's the axle right there, spindle, and I'm gonna be removing the 19 millimeter bolt here, right there. And then the other one on the other side, the two rear ones. This is the rear one, and then the other one there. Then I'm gonna go to the front of the car here, and I'm gonna be removing this one here, and then the other one on the other side. Okay, this is the bolt here. This is the bolt, 19 millimeter bolt here. I mean nut. It's not bolt. This is the bolt, and this is the nut here, and this is the rear part of the vehicle here. So this was the driver's side. Now I'm going to the passenger side. Now when you're doing this, make sure you have jacked up the car very well, because once you remove this bolt, the engine is coming down. This is the other bolt here, 19 millimeter bolts again. And not here. Now I'm going for the two in the front. Okay, right now this is the one on the driver's side in the front here. Now this is the one on the passenger side. And I have to watch for the steering column shaft. It's not completely come off. And then don't let it come down completely. Just take another look around. See if there's anything in the rear here that is preventing it from coming out. Okay, everything seems okay. In the rear, there's nothing holding it, like hoses or wire harness that, you know, sometimes anybody can forget, but everything is fine so far. Okay, I have detached the engine from the motor mount with the subframe. It got stuck from that side right there, the rear driver side. I want to go here on this side. This is the driver side, and as you can see, it broke from here. The bushing broke it because, see, the other part is right there inside. It did not want to come out. I had a hard time. It didn't come out from here. I struggled a lot. I put a lot of fluid and everything. Nothing worked. Then I put a metal bar here, and I pried it as much as I could while I was doing it from there. So finally I was able to bring it down. Now walking from the front of the engine here to the rear of the engine. This is the rear. That's the exhaust pipe right there where I cut it. It's still attached to the engine, and that is the drive shaft right there. Now it's easy to remove. However, I'll wait a little bit more. I'm gonna pull out the engine completely to remove it, but it's detached from the rear. Of course, you have to detach it from the rear. It's on the floor right there. That's the jack I used from Harbor Freight. I just put something like a metal plate here, very strong, and I took it out, and I have it in those I have it right there with those pieces of wood right there and the plywood, because if you see here is regular ground. The surface is very soft, especially when it rains. I don't have a driveway here or cement or anything. Everything is still attached to it. I'm talking about the drive shaft and the exhaust pipe right there. So everything looks good. I'm gonna mount everything here, detach transmission from the engine, and the same on this side. I have it on those pieces of wood right there, as you can see right there. Okay, I'm gonna try to remove the 14mm bolts here, or nuts, whatever you want to call them. Okay, I'm gonna go beneath and I'm gonna be removing the 12mm bolt right there, that bracket for, that is holding the exhaust pipe there. I'm gonna be taking this bracket off here, 10mm bolt here, because this is so stuck. Doesn't want to come out, it's so stuck, it's so rusty. Here. Okay, the power steering pump hose here. I'm gonna take this 2 10mm bolt. Removing this small bracket here, I'm gonna put it here for now. And because I want to remove this 2 10mm bolt here. Here is the first one, and this I need a short one here probably. And I'm gonna put this 2 10mm bolts back here. Inside the pole here. See, I paint them where they go. I'm gonna put it in neutral here. It has no cable, but it doesn't matter. So now I can turn it to get the other bolt. And now I'm gonna put it in parking again. Right there, some parking, so it wouldn't turn. I lose that one already. Kind of hit it here. Just tap it. Not hit it, but tapping it. Okay, I'm gonna be removing the shield here. And that one right there, I'm gonna do it with this here because as short as it can be, 10mm bolt. And I'm gonna lift up this a little bit. Cool. Okay, 10mm bolt, 10 and 10. They have been eaten by the heat. So this is a 9mm socket. I'm able to take it out. I start working in the rear right now, and I'm gonna remove this axle. I'm gonna put my foot here. I'm gonna hit it over here with a chisel. It should come out pretty easily. Here. Okay, next I'm gonna be removing the 14mm bolt for the bracket of the axle bracket. 3 14mm bolt here. I'm gonna be removing the power steering pump right now at this point. 2 12mm bolt here. Twelve. Okay, this one has a 14mm bolt. Okay, and that is the bolt right there that I'm talking about for the power steering pump here close to the catalytic converter. That's a 14mm bolt. I lose it with this one here, 14mm. It has for 14 and 15 here. That's the big bolt. Very, very big. And that's how it looks right there. Okay, this I'm gonna put it beneath here. Right there. right now I'm gonna be taking this 17mm bolt here. It's here for the motor mount. $17mm bolt. Another 17mm bolt. Here. Okay, I kind of got it out of here, this thing. So okay, I had to remove these two to get the motor mount out, and also here, and also have to remove the sway bar from here, from the 12mm bolt here. I mean 14. So to give me a little more space. This is the passenger side, by the way, for the sway bar bushings here. 14mm bolt, 4 of them for this bracket here. One, two, three, 14mm bolt here for this bracket here. This bracket that is bolted on the transmission, and then on the engine here on this. Okay, update on this. I have lifted up the engine, those right there. I lifted out with a tool right there, with a transmission jack. It's not really transmission jack, but motorcycle jack, something like that, from Harbor Freight. I have put in jack stands, 3 jack stands. There's one here, one there, and another one in the corner there, and pieces of wood here because I don't have jack stands anymore, because I'm using them right there too. And the cart, you see there, car is the engine is very stable right there. I'm gonna go beneath and take the muffler and some other things that some bolts that gotta take beneath, because the car was too low and the small pieces of wood. Because the engine was too low and small pieces of wood like this. So now with the jack stands, you gotta do it in different steps anyway. So that's the car I used to lift it up, and then I put the jack stands. See, a lot of space beneath. I'm surprised this little thing can do the job. Don't know if it's gonna last, but it has done the job so far here. Now you can see the space right there. I'm gonna go beneath and start removing stuff that I need to remove. Make sure when the engine is like this, make sure when the engine is like this at this high, you remove whatever you have to remove beneath. If you're gonna do it like me, just get it beneath. The only thing is, when you get it out of the engine, you get it with this small cart. So when you put it on this spot here, you only lift it up and put the jack stands. That's all. Very easy. So now I'm gonna start removing everything.